How's it going, guys? I just wanted to jump on here for my weekly nutrition check-in. So we'll start with October 24th. We had 338 grams of protein. I think that's a PR up until that point. So this week starts out really good, and I think it goes to shit by the end of the week. So we'll just have to wait and see. So 71 grams of fat. So overall, that was a good day. Almost hit the target macros that we were shooting for on almost everything. We're with at least in 10% of everything but the fat. The fat was under, which I have one that I'm not going to hit. I'm probably okay with that one. So the next day, we increased the protein, increased the carbs, and got closer on the fat. So this is the best day on this set of macros so far. Granted, last week was the first week. This is week 2. So started off really strong, and I can tell you at the moment I'm not doing this well at all. So this is where it starts to turn for the worst. So we drop down to 263 on protein here, so that's a big drop. 550 on carbs. Must have been a cheat day. And still low on the fat. The next day, 254 on the protein. So it just starts trending downwards. Here, 368 on carbs. And that, 73 on fat. So the one thing that has been good is I've been keeping the fat relatively low still. So the big problem when I started all this was fat was really too high for the daily intake. It was above 30% almost every day, which is not healthy. So here's another weekend. Low in the protein, higher in the carbs, relatively high in the fat, but not too bad. The big problem, though, is the lack of protein. Usually when you go out to eat, unless you're paying astronomical amounts of money for extra protein, I'm a little too cheap for that. So a little high in fat that day. And we'll go till the 30th is on Sunday. 186. 475, 115. So started off with these macros really good, and then 2 days of higher fat. You can see the weight directly fluctuated up pretty high. So that is the week. We'll go to the weekly report. Let's see the damage done. So from the week before, 1017 to 1023, this will be 1024 to 1030. We averaged almost identical weight. We didn't eat as well. Average calories was much higher. So we were at 3642 on the higher end, closer to where we wanted to be. Protein, see, didn't hit the goal. So we wanted to be at least 279, 265.6. So that's not quite good enough. Actually went over on carbohydrates, went over a little bit on fat. Average wise, higher, we need to substitute carbs for protein. And fat wise, we actually did a good job of staying right in between the training day and the rest days. So if I grade myself, I'm going to go with a C. Way over on carbs. Well, not way over, but way over on carbs, under on protein. So the one thing we don't want to do is lack in the protein area. Sleep-wise, about the same amount of sleep. Stretch-wise, stress was up more. Energy was less. Hunger was less. All of those seem kind of to correspond and check out. So this week, not so good. And I started this week off not the best either. So we're already 4 days into it, and we're seeing that the weight is not moving the way that we want it to. So work on getting the macros back in check for the last 3 days. So if you like the video, go ahead and subscribe or follow along on Instagram at Elevated Training CO. Thanks.